What is going on, guys? SunSpot here, and I'm doing yet another Marvel Legends review, and today I'll be reviewing two figures. I'll be doing the Age of Ultron Mark 43 Iron Man, as well as the Age of Ultron Captain America. So, as some of you may know, Marvel Legends reviews don't take up too much time, usually maybe 5 or 6 minutes for a single review for a single character, so I decided to do a dual review considering these guys will be facing off each other in Captain America Civil War. So without further ado, guys, let's jump right into this review. So, starting with the Mark 43 Iron Man, you can instantly tell that he's a repaint of the Mark 42 that we got either last year, maybe it was 2013, I forget which year, but we got a Marvel Legends Mark 42 from Iron Man 3, and it was this mold, and this is a complete repaint. You know, I guess it makes sense considering this guy's a repaint in the movie, like, you know, damn it. Starting off with the head sculpt, it is super, super nice. I luckily got the figure that had perfect paint, so I don't have to return it like I did with the Mark 42, so that's always good. So you can tell that it's a pretty decent sculpt. I really like the light sky blue paint they got going for his eyes with that black outline, outlining it, and I like it's not like a shiny gold, it's actually kind of a dull gold that they put on this thing, but it doesn't really bother me, and just, I like the cherry red going around the head, and actually the cherry red is pretty glossy in real life. I don't know how that's appearing on camera, but it's a pretty good head sculpt. It's definitely accurate to the movie. It has that kind of that fat aesthetic that he has going on, especially in Iron Man 3, because this suit was pretty chunky. And just moving down the figure, you got more of that glossy cherry red along with that sky blue arc reactor type of thing going there. You could tell that there's like this white cream filling in the middle of arc reactor with this blue sky tone going around it, so that it's kind of the opposite of the eyes, because the eyes are a bit darker, but it doesn't really bother me. I do like it. It's supposed to be completely white, but hey, who am I to talk? I really like the gunmetal paint they got going for all those little trinkets in there, and it does complement nicely with the gold and the cherry red. I do like the detail they put in the abs, especially, though. I don't know. I don't know how this is showing on camera, but I don't know how detailed it is, but there's just a ton of detail there. And just moving down on the arms, we have more of that glossy red. I feel they could have put more paint on the hands, but, you know, come on, Hasbro. I also feel they could have put some more detail in the shoulders, you know, pretty plain for what it is. Under the little shoulder blades, we have some more of that gunmetal paint going on. And just moving to the back of the figure, they could have put a lot of more detail at the back, at this little spine or whatever. Top is, you know, it's decent for what it is, but the back is kind of crap. His ass has no detail either. Front of the legs has more of that gunmetal paint along with those two other colors. Pretty nice. Definitely could have put a lot more detail in the legs. You know, the back has some decent sculpting. You know, has more of that gunmetal stuff and more of that gold, but if, like, you look at the feet and everything, there's literally nothing. So aside from that depressing paint job, let's just look at his articulation. It's pretty decent for what it is. So his head can move up and down pretty far, actually. You can get him in that flight pose situation, can rotate 360 degrees and tilt pretty far on both directions when you're moving it left to right. Shoulder or arm, I guess, can move forward and back. It's definitely hindered when you put it back because of the shoulder little blade thing they got going here, since it's a separate piece. His arms can go in and out. They have this nice bicep section that can rotate 360 degrees. Has two joints at the elbow, so it does kind of look awkward, especially when you're posing, but hey, you know, it's all about articulation, right? Wrist can rotate 360 degrees as well as go in and out and kind of side to side. Abs have some decent articulation, can go forward and back, really back actually. Kind of looks like he has some spinal deficiencies there. Anyways, can move left and right and has a pretty good joint. Moving down to the legs and go forward and back, as well as side to side. Has two joints at the knee, and of course he has that ankle pivot going on. Can move forward and back as well as side to side. Iron Man also comes with a poorly sculpted Robert Downey Jr. head. Iron Man also comes with a poorly sculpted Robert Downey Jr. head, so it's like a bonus. Nah, but if I'm being serious, I'm sorry, just every time I review like all these head sculpts that Marvel Legends does, it just makes me feel happy inside. One thing I do like about it is that the visors are now black because it's like not operating. That's really the only cool thing about this. I mean, look at those eyes, bruh. Moving on to the Age of Ultron Captain America, it's a pretty good figure. It's mainly a repaint of the Stealth Strike suit that we got, I think it was last year again, from Captain America Winter Soldier. But, and again, I like that suit more, but this is still a pretty good figure for what it is. Starting out with the head sculpt, and this is one of the two heads. He has his Captain America helmet on, obviously. I do like the paint they put on this guy. It's a really, really dark ocean blue, as well as this brown strap going around his jaw and his chin, and a bit up his sideburns and kind of at the back. I do like that silver shiny paint that they got going on his forehead, with the A symbol, of course. You can tell he doesn't really have any ears on his helmet. You just have this reference to ears, I guess. Just this little silver paint nudge right there. I don't know if it's if you could see it on camera, but it's definitely there. And I prefer my Captain Americas with ears. I'm being honest, and it sucks that the Age of Ultron one doesn't have them. Moving down on the figure, Marvel Legends, or Hasbro, I guess, did put a lot of work into the body, and not so much the arms, unfortunately. You could tell there's a lot of detail in the stomach section with all these paddings and everything. If you actually look to the side, it's like indented here, so there's extra protection for his stomach in case he gets shot. And you know, the same goes for the chest and everything. Looking pretty muscular too. I honestly wish this was an actual strap. I know that some Marvel Legends in the past did do these kind of like, they weren't leather, but they were this cloth that you could put around, and I wish they still do that. But just going to the arms, they're really skinny, as I said before, not muscular at all. I mean, if you look at this guy from a distance, you can immediately tell that he has no muscle in his arms, which makes no sense, obviously. He has a nice, I guess it's an Avenger symbol on a Captain America shield on his shoulder there. There's a lot of nice texture to it. You could tell that it's like real armor and cloth and everything. There's some indent right there for extra padding. I don't know why he would need padding there, but he definitely has, and you know, has some good textures on the hand. He doesn't really have a fingernail, but what do you really expect from Marvel Legends? I do like this really dark brown that they got going on here, and same with the belt. It's cool contrast. And along with the belt, you can see there's some pockets there. Obviously can't put anything in there, which really sucks. And just behind the figure on his ass, he doesn't have real pockets, which also really sucks. But hey, this is not a Hot Toys figure, now is it? Moving down to his crotch area, not much detail at all, just solid blue paint, and I feel they could have done something here with red or white or whatever. They do have some red on the sides, but you know, it kind of sucks. Moving to the boots, I wish his boots were red, honestly. I mean, if we get this this Captain America who's like filled with like all these bright colors and everything, I'd like his boots to be brown. Sorry, I wish his boots were red, but hey, what can you do? I might custom paint this guy. I'm really tempted to, because this is definitely a really cool costume, and I do want a new head sculpt. But anyways, as for the feet, no real shoelaces. Obviously, the shoelaces are brown, just like the boots, which really suck, and there's some like very light textures at the bottom of the feet. Captain America obviously comes with his famous shield. You could see that there is some wear and tear on it, and that's just not battle damage. That's just the handlers being very clumsy with their product. So, you know, there's definitely some scratches that really bother me. Like, you can tell right there, that one's obvious, but you can't really tell from a distance. But overall, good paint, no smudges or anything. And behind the shield, you got more of that dark brown strap with some gunmetal paint at the bottom of the shield. It's kind of shiny too. Again, I wish these were actually cloth or something. It just feels really weird. I don't know. I prefer figures without all these plastic parts that can be used for that can be replaced with like cloth or something. He also comes with this extra fisted hand in case you don't want him to be pointing or whatever, as well as a poorly sculpted Chris Evans head, which looks absolutely nothing like him. The face is completely off, even the hair is off. His hair is supposed to be like this dark blonde, like a dirty blonde, But you know, I would understand if this was like a comic book version of him, because this definitely looks like him from the comics. But you know, thanks Hasbro. So overall, these figures are decent. Obviously, you know, I'm an Iron Man fan, so I do like the Iron Man figure more, but I will say that the Captain America is definitely a solid repaint from the Winter Soldier one, with some minor differences, mainly in the chest and stomach section. But besides that, they are definitely cool figures, and if you want to build your Avengers 2 team from the new movie, which is hitting theaters May 1st, by the way, then I definitely suggest you buy these guys. They are definitely worth it. And yeah, I do enjoy these. I plan to display these the rest with my other Avengers, and hopefully one day with my Ultron, that if I'll build him ever. So this was SunSpot with my review of the Captain America and Iron Man from the new Avengers Age of Ultron film, and I'll see you guys in my next video.